And we're set. Racing. Bombing the start was Mystical Man. Catch These Hands, the favourite, began beautifully, straight on the lead. Bandolier Bow goes up on the outside, and just off them is Tenacious Reward, and starting to stream around the outside, Carberry with Mac, and he sends it to the front. So Mac, where he likes it, out in front and doing it quite stylishly in the early stages. Romancing the Rock moved up into second place, and Catch These Hands, getting a beautiful run, is down on the inside from Bandolier Bow. Then came All in Red, who's hugging the fence from Tenacious Reward. Well back is Great Fortune. He sits outside of Fear the Wind as they run into the back straight with about 950 metres left to go, and 3 lengths away after missing the start is Mystical Man. So Mac, who's a little keen out in front, leads by 2 to Romancing the Rock. Catch These Hands is over on the inside, and then came Bandolier Bow racing fourth, followed by All in Red fifth, the inside of Tenacious Reward going okay. 2 to Great Fortune, Fear the Wind, and 3 lengths away is Mystical Man last of all, and would be 10 off the leader. 5.50 to go. Mac at a controlled tempo, led by 3/4, Romancing the Rock. The inside is Catch These Hands, still travelling up strongly. Bandolier Bow's out 3 wide. Tenacious Reward's about to get to the outside, and then came All in Red, who's got something to give, followed by Great Fortune in the straight. 3.50 to go. Mac in front. The run comes now for Catch These Hands. It's starting to finish gamely. Romancing the Rock and Tenacious Reward has worked into the clear as well. Mac's in front. Catch These Hands closing in nicely. Tenacious Reward is out wider, but it's Catch These Hands racing to the front and drawing clear from Mac and Tenacious Reward, and Catch These Hands race home to win brilliantly. Second Mac and third home Tenacious Reward, then Romancing the Rock and All in Red, Fear the Wind. Well back was Bandolier Bow. Mystical Man picked up Great Fortune. Catch These Hands had a great run and has drawn clear. 3.20 and 1.30, number 6 is first. 7 Mac at 1.60 and 8 Tenacious Reward at $2.60 after the running of race number 9. So Catch These Hands at 3.20 and 1.30. Mac did a good job out in front, couldn't hang on, and Tenacious Reward on the outside into third place. The winner, Catch These Hands, for Stevie Wolf. He half declared it earlier on today by Rommel out of Colleges, 3-year-old brown gelding. And McGruddy gave it a beautiful run as it darted off the inside to give chase to Mac. And always looked like it was going to go past it. Took a while to get there, but when it did, it really forged that final 50 metres or so. It drew clear. Tenacious Reward continues its good form. Looked to be travelling well on the corner, got to the outside and worked home stylishly into third place. Romancing the Rock was up there on speed and battled away. Fifth home is number 9, All in Red, who came through nearer the inside. And number 2, Fear the Wind, has come from second last to run 6th. 1:36.59. It was a half length by a long neck. A half by a long neck. And pretty comfortable in the end for the favourite, who was heavily backed. And the punters that honed in on this horse are rubbing their hands with glee after the win of Catch These Hands. Catch These Hands has a number of owners, including Steve, also MP Dixon, Mrs. L. Ellis, B. Hamlin, K. Hamlin, T. Hunt, G. Hahn, D. Terry, Miss A. Williamson, J. Saradnik, and B. Thornley, trained by Steve, ridden by Sean McGruddy. Let's head downstairs. Brittany, for the final time today, is going to have a chat with Steve.
Well, Wolfie, on behalf of the punters, I need to say thank you, because you declared this horse earlier on today. You said this is where our money needed to be, and he duly saluted. Pre-race, you mentioned the word Derby. Is there any chance we would see him in 7 days' time line up in a Derby from 1,600 metres up to a Derby trip?
There is a chance, pretty much highly unlikely. You know, like you never say never, but I'll talk to Sean, and the horse is in good order, and I'm sure he could run it, but probably needed one more run or 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks would have been enough and we could have had a crack, but we'll see where we go. He's a nice horse and you don't like to cook them. We're very fortunate to find them.
What did you make of today's victory?
Super. 3-year-old taking on the older horses. I was always confident he could do it, but I'm a confident person. Have been all my life. I've been wrong on numerous occasions, but you've got to make a decision and have an opinion.
Well, you've done that today and it has produced. Tell us a little bit about the development of him. You lined him up in a WA Guineas out of winning a maiden, so clearly he's been one that you've had pegged with above average ability.
Yeah, he's always had plenty of ability, and Sean said we probably shouldn't go in the Guineas, but we've got so many limited options here, and so we had to throw out the stumps, and then that sort of put him back behind the Derby prep. He said he was a Derby horse, so now, and that's the problem now. These horses, if I've got a failing, I've got numerous, but you know, I'm always trying to be a bit too kind on them, and you can just see he's blowing a bit there, but he's had a couple of weeks, and he's still a bit big like me, but no, he's a good horse, and look, he's a 3-year-old, so we'll look after him and see what Macca's got to say.
Well, let's get straight to him then. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brittany.
There is Steve Wolf. Over to Sean McGrady.
Well, previously we have coined Sean McGrady the king of the box seat, and he proves it again here. He rides really well from that position, Sean, and it suits a horse like this.
Yeah, actually, it didn't suit him, actually. I think I was a spot too close, but from the good gate, I wanted to follow Mac. I was just hoping that Mac wouldn't go too fast and get me out of my comfort zone. But that's why I started a good 2 lengths off him. I think he's a better horse, sort of 4th, 5th, 6th, depending on the tempo, but you've always got to use your barrier. Same as last start down in Albany. They used his barrier, and he only just won that day. And big step up in grade today, so it was an extra special effort, I thought, being that spot too close.
We always start to wonder, was he the reason you went down to Albany that day?
Not really. Wolfie just says every now and then I need you to come down, and I go. But yeah, the 3 meetings I've been down to all were nice horses. I think Export Girl was in that day as well, or one of those days. And yeah, when Wolfie says jump, I say how high.
Now, Wolfie does dream sometimes, but he's thinking about 7 days' time. Could he go to a derby off the back of today's effort?
Look, you'd like to draw a barrier and not even have such a hard run, but you've got to accept before the barriers come out, I believe. So I think if Wolfie accepts, he'll go around, but hopefully the horse pulls up well and he can batter up into a derby.
That was the derby. Tomorrow's the Derby. Who wins, Dockers or Eagles?
I'm going, but I'm an Eagles man. But I didn't have a ride tomorrow, so I'm going and chair on the Eagles, but I think the Dockers will be too good.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Here is Sean McGrady and Steve Wolf, who combined with Catch These Hands, winning the last of the day. And good thanks to Wolfie, who was able to pretty much say back that horse in the last earlier on today, and has been able to be victorious for those that were able to get on here today. And no doubt Wolfie will be cheering on the Dockers tomorrow afternoon.
Well, Wolfie is a massive Dockers man. He went on a rant on Friday on the radio and gave them an absolute spray as a long-time passionate Dockers member. So I'm hoping that they've listened to him and they can toughen up tomorrow and get the job done.
Imagine him giving a pre-game address to the Dockers down in the rooms. It would be one of the almighty passionate speeches, I have no doubt. Thanks for your company on Sky Thoroughbred Central. You and Lockie will be at Pinjarra tomorrow covering all of the action there, but it has been a massive day of racing on Roma Cup Day. Thanks for your company.